been a majestic city for storytellers since I've arrived, and I'm very, very humbled to have been invited.
Thank you, Bas. Thank you. Is it really a challenge to be working in very diversified projects? I mean, we've seen you in the Royal Tenenbaums, Shakespeare in Love, and then you played a very important role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Tell us about it. Like the previous years, this year's festival also kicked off with celebration of local as well as regional celebrities who have made a mark for themselves through their productions, like the Qudus brothers and especially Crashing Eid's Summer Shesha. But there was something else about this. Red Sea International Film Festival has entered its third year of success. The festival has been known for welcoming guests from Hollywood, Bollywood, as well as from Arab cinema. But what is more important about this particular video that I'm making is the fact that how many guests have been welcomed on this red carpet who have represented our favorite superheroes or pop culture icons. Starting with in 2021, we saw Anthony Mackie, who has played the role of the Falcon in Marvel's Avengers, all the way to Ron Perlman, who has played Hellboy, as well as Zoe Saldana, who made an appearance last night at this carpet where I am standing. So this is something really huge, because Red Sea International Film Festival isn't just about talking about a specific set of media or a specific genre. They are welcoming artists from across the board. Last year I had the honor to meet Michael Usman, the person who has the ownership rights to Batman movie franchise and the Batman animated franchise, and he was invited to give a talk at Red Sea 360. And today I have just learned that there is a very famous director who has made his presence here, and he's going to be giving a talking session on Wednesday. So stay tuned for upcoming updates about Red Sea International Film Festival. I just learned that Chris Hemsworth has landed in Jeddah, and he's going to be having a conversation session at Red Sea Mall. So I'm trying to see if I can get to see him, be able to film him, and if possible make a clip. So exciting times. Let's see if I'm lucky enough to get that. Plus Halle Berry and Gwyneth Paltrow are also going to be here on the 6th, and Kareem Zarek is going to be here tomorrow morning. So anyone who's a superhero fan is in for a super treat. I got it. Now heading straight to Red Sea Mall to attend the In Conversation session that's going to be having Chris Hemsworth as the special guest.
Chris, welcome to Jeddah.
Chris, Marvel guy.
Actually, my daughter this morning was lecturing me on Norse myth on an iPhone, right? Scandinavian myth, because that relates to a character that this gentleman plays, belongs to that mythology. He has just, that would be Thor, he has just come from Brazil, from the Brazilian Comic-Con, where they've been, why am I telling you this? Why don't we bring Chris Hemsworth down, he can tell you yourself.
Thor Ardenson in the house.
Thank you very much.
The festival has proven to be a great learning opportunity for anyone who is interested with the cinematic world. And just like the In Conversation sessions where we get to see a totally different side of our favorite celebrities, the Red Sea 360-degree panel discussions offer a unique insight into the emerging worlds that are going to be changing the media landscape for many different properties that are there. Like, for example, this session that took place as part of Red Sea 360 that had Mike Fisher, the publishing strategist behind Fortnite, Halo, Sonic the Hedgehog video games.
I see some smiling faces there. We have Mohammed. He's the co-founder and head of story for Jeddah. It's an animation studio. You might know his work on such films as The Grand Knight, or on the anthology series from Disney in Africa, Hisasi Moto. If you do not know it, you'll find out more from him later today. Next up, we have Cynthia Sharaya.
It included creators who are making a name in the world of animation, along with Kareem Zarek. And Kareem Zarek was too big of a name for me to miss, because he is the one who was the senior vice president for Marvel TV and the executive producer for series like Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke Cage, The Punisher, The Defenders, and he was also responsible for the animated series Hit Monkey as well as MODOK. So, you know, a session such as this is a very good opportunity for anyone who is involved in gaming, for anyone who is involved in animation, for anyone who is involved in TV production, to learn straight from the movers and shakers of the industries.
I have a question for Mr. Fisher and Mr. Zarek. Back in the 80s in Jeddah, if I wanted a best superhero experience, I would get it from a comic. After that, from an animated series, and last would be Spider-Man, which would be on an Atari game. Have we reached a juncture now that the best superhero storytelling experience is going to come from gaming rather than animation? And Mr. Zarek, you've been involved with Hit Monkey and MODOK, but also live action like The Defenders and Legion. Can we expect you to be doing something like Bruce Timm and Paul Dini, that you would be producing or directing a video game for Marvel fans?
Marvel, no. I'm no longer with Marvel. But I produced all those shows. I was with Marvel Television for 7 years. I don't think you've seen the last of Marvel, obviously.
Right.
They're gonna reboot, and they've got some amazing characters, and they've got a game plan. I think that's what Marvel's always been good at, is laying out the 5 or 10 year game plan. So they're working on that. But to answer your question, no, I'm no longer involved with those.
Thank you. Mr. Fisher?
Yeah, I think that, first of all, I love comic books, and still collect and read them. I mean, the challenge with comics is it's no longer a good vehicle for introducing new characters and new IP. Basically, people just want to experience the old classic characters. There are a few exceptions. Walking Dead was a breakout. But I think the interesting thing about video games is that people are still creating new characters and new heroes and new IP. I would love to see more of like the MMO type of experience. There's one called City of Heroes, where you can become your own superhero and fly around in a world of superheroes. Right. That's the type of thing that I'm looking forward to.
Thank you. While at the festival, I was fortunate enough to meet some of the best producers and even some directors like Monty Python alumni Mr. Terry Gilliam and Mr. A.R.Rahman.
That's the mosque is the biggest blessing. Did he come down at all ever?
No, his
Faulty Towers. Oh yeah, that's great.
those reruns, Mr. Gilliam, they stayed with us till on Saudi Channel 2. They stayed with us till the 90s, late 90s, yes. And plus, on
That's why John is rich and I'm not.
Sir, but still, I mean, like, you are still young at heart. Looking at you, I don't feel like I'm looking at an old man, honestly. It's because your soul is like as young as
Thank you, thanks. No,
And-
that's how you stay young. Comedy, humor,
Exactly.
laughter. These are
Exactly.
important things.
Exactly. And for
So
Discover
smile.
Jeddah to have the opportunity to basically, you talking to the community is something, this is like a huge honor. Day 7 and I'm here to cover Halle Berry's In Conversation. After that I'm going to be covering Gwyneth Paltrow's. Let's see how it goes because it's going to be different, not like the one we saw in Red Sea Mall. So the celebrity access is very limited here. Seeing our favorite stars, especially who belong to the superhero cinematic universe, so up close was an experience that can't be described in mere words. And having had the opportunity to ask them a question, wow. Is it really a challenge to be working in very diversified projects? I mean, we've seen you in the Royal Tenenbaums, Shakespeare in Love, and then you played a very important role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Tell us about it.
I think when you are an actor, you just can do your thing, and the context doesn't really matter, and the costume doesn't really matter. I think if you're really easily inhabited the character and you're really bringing it to life, it could be with a green screen, you could be with an Iron Man mask on, or you could be on stage doing off-Broadway play. It's really all very much the same thing. And I'm glad that the Marvel universe has been so impactful.
But that wasn't all. Here's more.
Guys, can we give a big round of applause for Andrew Garfield?
Spider-Man!
Wow, I'm so happy to be here, so happy to see you all. This is very, very sweet and a real treat for me. This is really exciting. So thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. And
Thank you.
And just like you've put on something so special this last period of time, this last weeks, and it's just so lovely to be here at the tail end of it with all of you. So yeah, very excited to talk to you.
I interviewed you for the Croods a few years ago, and Bully, The Spider-Verse. I mean, any movie you guys are curious about, shout it.
Ghost Rider! Ghost Rider! Ghost Rider!
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Yes! We got some, we lost some. Nevertheless, the experience was just overwhelming. As I had said earlier, that seeing your favorite stars from superhero cinema so closely, be able to listen to their struggles, be able to learn from their experience was a whole experience on its own. And now, after being tired, this was the last day, and I just wanted to record my last monologue and head home. The Red Sea International Film Festival has finally reached its conclusion. Tonight's the night where we will be having the award ceremony for all the special guests and the movies that have been showcased here. As I am recording this video, preparations are underway for the musical festivity that will be done to entertain the guests. How was the festival? Well, in a very cinematic context, it was one of the best festivals I've ever attended. simply because of the stars that made their appearance here. Not only the local ones, where we came across the Qudus brothers, we came across Crashing Eid cast, especially Samar Shesha, walking down the red carpet. We had Muhammad Fareed, movie convos, Muhammad Fareed coming here. But also when we are talking about the international superstars, the mega stars that came and attended this festival, that became part of this festival. And as a superhero fan, I am overjoyed to having seen Nicolas Cage, Chris Hemsworth, Andrew Garfield, Gwyneth Paltrow, Halle Berry, all of them. And you know, it's just amazing that for me to be able to see my favorite stars from the Marvel Cinematic Universe so close. I wasn't lucky enough to get a selfie with them or to get something signed by them, but the people, the guests, these guests in particular, really made the festival shine like no other. In addition to it, the festival really needs to work on its operational side of things when it comes to dealing with the members of the press, the content creators who are from the local content creation market, whereby there are things that are not defined clearly, and in some respects where we are entitled to certain free accesses as part of the local content creation team. When we go on to the online platforms, turns out that there's nothing there, and we end up running around here and there with most of the people not having a clue. If it hadn't been for certain exceptional individuals who are part of this Red Sea Film Festival, who helped us out in getting the In Conversation tickets and so forth, we would have missed out all of it. Thank you very much for watching.